So next is Schrodinger's time independent equation. Schrodinger's time independent equation. Earlier is time dependent, now this is time independent equation, and this equation is given by minus h cross square upon twice m into del square psi plus v psi, v is potential, psi is equal to E times psi. So these are operators, okay, these eigenvalues, operator, etc. These concepts will come there. This is called as Hamiltonian operator, and this operator is operated on this wave function, which gives me energy level or energy of that energy eigenvalue of that particular type of wave functions. So these words are very known, may not be known to you at this time, but when we start learning this quantum mechanics, this equation is called as fundamental equation of the quantum mechanics. Okay, so for example, hydrogen atom, helium atom, etc. this type of, so whatever this quantum numbers we get, principal quantum number, the second is the orbital quantum number, magnetic quantum number, etc. these quantum numbers. So this vector atom model which we described in the SYBSc in chemistry, this model is completely based upon these differential equations, and therefore this is one of the very important differential equation, as I said here. Okay, now next there is Poisson equation, fourth, Poisson's equations. Poisson equations, and try to understand in the next, म्हणजे पुढे जाऊन आपल्याला ह्या प्रत्येक डिफरन्शियल इक्वेशनचं ते इक्वेशन कार्टेशियन मध्ये कसं दिसेल, स्पेरिकल मध्ये कसं दिसेल, how it will look in the cylindrical system, and based upon that we have to go for solution of all such equations in system 1, system 2, system 3, and so many things there. Okay, now this Poisson equation is given by, it is exactly similar to Laplace equation except this part, minus rho upon epsilon 0. So this is inhomogeneous. Earlier equation, Laplace equation, was homogeneous differential equation, and this is inhomogeneous differential equation. Now this type of difference also we are going to understand later on when we go for the next lecture, that is the terminology used in differential equations. Today we are just going to understand what are the different types of differential equations used, very frequently used in the physics. Okay, so here the form of the function is del square psi is equal to function of some f of x y, f of x y z. Okay, so this here, this psi is the physical variable, physical variables same as described in Laplace equation. So whether it is electromagnetics, electrodynamics, whether it is gravity or anything, depending upon the psi may have different physical way interpretation. So all this psi is just same here. Okay, so it is here RHS is non-zero. RHS is non-zero here. RHS is non-zero. Otherwise, there is no difference in Laplace equation and this Poisson equation. Is non-zero. It is a function of some function x, y, and z. Okay, it is called as source density. Is called as source density. And this equation has again several applications in electrodynamics. Okay, these are the applications. So several applications are there. We won't go into details of that. So this is used in the electrodynamics. And remember, this is also inhomogeneous. So differential equation homogeneous or inhomogeneous, that can be understood. We are going to look it into details of that in the next lecture. So Laplace equation is homogeneous because right hand side of that is equal to 0. This Poisson equation is inhomogeneous because right hand side of this equation is non-zero, is function of again some variables x, y and z. So that is the difference between homogeneous and non-homogeneous. That is difference between this Laplace and Poisson equation. Okay. Then fifth, the equation which used in frequent electrodynamics, that is Helmholtz equation. Helmholtz equation. I think you have heard about this Helmholtz free energy. Same is that Helmholtz here. Okay, this equation is given by del square psi plus minus another constant k square into psi is equal to 0. Remember, this is our usual Laplacian operator, but this k square is some constant multiplied by psi square, and right hand side of this equal to 0, or you can take this del square psi is equal to minus k square psi. So what is the difference between this and earlier? Now there is nothing. Okay, here right hand side is something different. Here right hand side can be found to be something different, which is again a function of psi. So this function is called as, or this equation is called as Helmholtz differential equation. Okay, and this appears, it's very important. It's very important in acoustics, physics of sound, in acoustics, nuclear reactor theory, as well as it is very useful in the electromagnetic waves. Okay, just remember, we are just listing the equations, its form and its actual applications in physics. That is what a simple part we are doing here. Okay, then there is one more equation, that is called as diffusion equation or heat flow equation. So it comes in the thermodynamics. Form of this equation is del square psi is equal to 1 upon alpha square into dab of psi upon dab of t. So this is partial derivative of psi with respect to t. This is space, second order partial derivative of psi with respect to space, and this is connected by 1 upon some alpha square. Remember, this is not wave equation. Wave equation has both right hand side as well as left hand side is square terms. Dab square psi is equal to 1 upon c square into dab square psi upon dab t square. So that called is a wave equation. This is not wave equation, this is the heat flow equation. Okay, so where this we have written already, psi is non-steady temperature, in a region with no heat source, and just final equation will go here, no heat source, and the constant alpha square, is constant known as diffusivity. Okay, constant known as diffusivity, diffusivity. Okay, so in the case of phenomenon of diffusion, this heat flow, diffusion means source is kept at one place and we are measuring temperature at other place, so heat gets diffused from source to the observer or whoever that particular measures. So this phenomenon of diffusion can be understood very nicely once we understand this differential equation and solving this. Apart from that, as I said, there can be several other type of differential equations, partial differential equations. So hundreds of phenomena and hundreds of such type of differential equations. So very typical, very few, important in physics. These type of differential equations we have studied in today. Okay, in the next lecture we will go for actual this terminology and all other methods of solving all these things and so on. Okay, now I'll just stop this.